Hey Bailey, it is Wednesday, and you've been waiting for this video since this morning. Okay, so today's kind of crazy. Well, yesterday and today combined. Yesterday I had my 10-page paper due for my writing course, and it was on Andersen's fairy tales and the Grimm brothers, kind of, and gender roles in that, and it was actually a really fun paper to write. I'm hoping I had everything in. I sent it in, so that's good. And I got my poli-sci paper back. Now this was terrifying for me because the class before, a girl came out who I know, and I know that she had spent a good 2 weeks working on this paper. And I looked at her, I'm like, oh, what'd you get? And she goes, a C plus. And I just died because I worked 2 days on my paper. And I was like, if she got a C plus, I failed. I not only failed, my paper was crushed by a meteoroid in the earth with the dinosaurs, and it blew up the entire earth because it was just that bad. And that analogy makes no sense whatsoever. But anyway, I got my paper back, and I'm sitting there trembling in my flip-flops, and it was B plus. So that was fabulous. Then I had a 5-page paper due today on Frankenstein, which made no sense, I guess. I mean, it did and it didn't. I got in an argument with a friend, well, a classmate of mine, he's nice, named Sean, about whether my paper made sense at all or whether it was just ridiculous. But it made sense if you followed my lead by saying you can't victimize someone unless you are realizing that you're doing something wrong, and therefore by that account they were all innocent. It also involves me ignoring part of the book. I was like, okay, book ends there, done, bye. Paper makes sense. So we'll see what comments I get on that. But papers are done, and my last day of classes were today. So there's been a lot of parties going on. It's also Hanko de Mayo, so happy birthday, Hank! And have a fun time for all those getting drunk in my dorm tonight. But yeah, there's a lot of parties going on. The library threw a party for all the student workers that I went to, and we had tons of food. We had cake and cupcakes and brownies and cookies and Danish and pizza and soda, and it was just fabulous. And then they give us a little box full of like snacks for finals week. It's really awesome. And then tonight there's a party going on the second floor of my dorm, and I'm heading up there. There's just gonna be games and food and movie. So that's what I'm doing tonight. You clarified some things about our sisterhood yesterday, and I just wanted to add a few things to that. First of all, we had a surname. It was Devlin. I remember searching for the surname because we decided that we wanted to have an Irish surname, even though I am not at all Irish. I am Italian and German, and then a mix of other things, but Irish is not in there. And also, I called you Lassie for the first 2 years that I knew you. Now, I'm not sure if you called me Heaven during that period, or even beyond that, after I had the Heaven screen name, I turned to Deceased Darling during my emo phase. High school was fun, but yeah. So I thought that was a nice piece that people should know, that I called you Lassie, and this is going to sound vaguely insulting, and I don't mean it to be insult. Okay, maybe I'm just not gonna say that. We're gonna pretend that I didn't mention anything. But yeah, we argued a lot. As you said, we came from really different backgrounds, and we argued. Even right now, we just had this huge ordeal on Twitter where I jokingly said that I wanted a baby, and did anyone have one to spare? And a bunch of people started like, well, you threatened anybody who would give me a baby to start. And then a bunch of people jumped on board with commenting on what age people should have children at. And that wasn't really what I intended. I intended to be all like, look at this hat, it's cute. But it kind of turned into, wait, Kendra, don't get pregnant. I don't know. It was weird. I know that we have different views on when we should get pregnant, due to our different like courses, of course, because I love you. We're just going to be in a different stage when I'm 23. I hope I'm going to be you know, what's that word? Living in a box, I believe. Yeah, I think that's the phrase. So me and my poor little child will be raised in a box. Well, I won't be raised in a box. I wasn't raised in a box. Okay, I'm not making sense anymore. But I just had to write a paper on Frankenstein that claimed that he was innocent of murder. So, forgive me. I'm tired. So I'm gonna go read Hitchhikers now and try to get back on Twitter because my internet doesn't want to work. I will see you on Monday.